Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. We want to first thank God for waking up this morning. I hope y'all see my TikTok that I did. God slapping me back down, telling me to thank Him. So this is what y'all need to do. Every day, thank God for waking you up because not everybody wakes up every day. Let's see what the weather is today here in Charlotte. Alexa, can you tell me the weather today?
Currently, in Charlotte, it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit with clear...
Uh-oh, she only wanted to give us half of it. Alexa, what is the weather today?
Right now in Charlotte, it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Throughout the day, you can expect more of the same, with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 38 degrees.
She did similar to what I did yesterday. They had this video I did on TikTok yesterday, and it just cut me off. I couldn't finish the rest of the video, so that's kind of what she did today. Just cut it off. She's a trip. Today, y'all, I want to talk about keeping the body hydrated, electrolytes being in the body, and why we need these electrolytes in our bodies. And especially with babies and kids, because they can't recognize when they're getting dehydrated, and as parents, we have to do that for them. Especially young parents. Young parents, they don't know. I had to assist my grandson with his babies. Even though he knew with him that he was dehydrated, he would go and get a Gatorade. He didn't know what to do for the babies because they can't say, "Hey, I'm dehydrated. I need something else other than water." And they have Pedialyte for the babies, the young ones. However, some adults use Pedialyte as well. Matter of fact, Florida is big on drinking the Pedialyte, the baby Pedialyte. Adults drink it. When I was down there in Florida, I heard commercials saying, "Hey, just get you some Pedialyte packets," and they sell those now. They got Pedialyte everything, ices, the packets that you put in water, the actual Pedialyte, and then they have some off-brand names as well, and they have great flavors. However, with the kids, they can't tell you, how they're feeling. So, if you've been giving your child medication or they've been eating a lot of foods that detox them, we don't realize that a lot of the foods that we eat can also detox us and make us urinate frequently, and that's something that a lot of people don't know. However, we do have those foods that also keep fluid in our bodies. Okay, so this is why we have to be at a balance, people. We have to watch our bodies. And when we take that time to watch what our bodies are going through, you get to live longer. Because you can correct something before it gets worse. Okay? Now, when you get dehydrated, a series of things can happen. One, of course, you're thirsty. Two, and I want to say this, our bodies are made up of 75% water. So if we lose, say, 25% of that, it may not affect us that bad, but it's going to start showing us signs, okay, where our bodies may start aching. As a matter of fact, I experienced this recently. I was out driving, and I was just feeling so sick, and I said to myself, what is wrong with me? Why am I feeling like this? I just feel sick. I didn't feel tired. I was just sick. Like my body just was aching me. And I said, hold on, let me drink some Gatorade. And as soon as I drank some Gatorade, I got better. Okay? And now the reason why I got better, and I'm going to tell y'all why. My body had fluid in it. But I didn't have no electrolytes. Okay? Because I was drinking water. But my body had lost all its magnesium, the calcium, so that's why my body was hurting me. And the water can't absorb unless it has certain vitamins in your body. Just like when we talk about vitamin D. We talk about, we get vitamin D from the sun. But we need, in order to get, okay, I'm going to go back a little bit because I don't want to confuse y'all. In order to keep calcium in the body, and calcium helps us with our bones, our teeth. In order to keep calcium in the body, you have to have vitamin D in the body. They work together. So if you don't have both of them in the body, it's not going to work. Okay? So you can be taking a calcium pill every single day, but if you don't have any vitamin D in there, it's not going to work. Okay? So this is why we buy foods with calcium, but then we still go out in the sun or take, some people drink milk, other people do other things to get their vitamin D, but this is how the vitamin D is absorbed. The calcium is absorbed in our bodies. The same with electrolytes, okay? Electrolytes is the key, okay, for the water to absorb. We can drink all the water in the world. If our electrolytes are gone, it's nothing the water can do for us, okay? So, we have to make sure that our bodies carry all these vitamins that it needs so the water can absorb and do what it's supposed to do for our body to keep our kidneys flushed, our liver, just go through our body and do what it needs to do and flush it, okay? And so we won't dry up. Now, when we don't get these things, as time go on, it can cause a series of things, especially when you're not eating, and this is what I try to tell people, when you get sick, the first thing is to look at dehydration, okay? Hydrate the body, okay? If you get a cold, if you get allergy issues, if you're just not feeling right, the first thing to do is just to give the body some electrolytes. That's the first thing to do, okay? Now, if that doesn't work, then you have to move on to other things, of course. But most of the time, you will see the change in your body because your body's been telling you, but you've just been ignoring it. Now, when you stop eating, by that point, you are ill or your body is in lack of a lot of things, okay? And this is why we say when we get sick, we watch for if we are not eating. If your body and your stomach tells you don't want to eat, something is seriously wrong, okay? Now, I'm using myself for instance. 2 years back, I'm a runner. Y'all know I used to run. That's what I do. And I'm not talking about running like running from here, running from there. I used to get up every morning and I would go out and I would run. And there's a lot of people out here just like me. I see them every day on my way to work when I go out. And it becomes second nature to your life when you're a runner. Okay? And when I say second nature, it's like your body has to run. Once you get to a certain point of a stage of running, okay, your body tells you need to run. I need you to run. And you'll see some people take off in the middle of a parking lot and run. I'm one of those. I used to be. I've gotten rid of that and gotten past that because I've been here in Charlotte and I haven't been able to run like I normally do. However, I will just take off. My body tells me I need to build my adrenaline. Okay, because your body talks to you, people, but you have to listen, And we realize people are not listening to nothing today. They're not listening to the TV. They're not listening to the music. They're not listening to the president. They're not listening to their bodies. They're not listening to anything. So we have to get this embedded in your heads that you have to pay attention to your body. Your body will talk to you, okay? But you need to listen. I saw this post on TikTok where it was a young boy. He was drinking because he was heartbroken. And he did it where he did it so good. I loved it. It was like 5 of them, and they was talking. This is his organs in his body. Talking. And even alcoholism was a part of it. And they came in and they all was talking like, "What's wrong with this guy? Why is he drinking?" And he was like, "Oh, because he heart broke." The heart came in and said, "Oh, we heart broke. That's what's wrong with us." Okay, and then they came in and just start talking, talking about each organ or the actual issue that can happen with your body. Okay? And I just loved it. Y'all need to get on TikTok because they have a lot of different things that can really help us and help us remember what's going on in our lives, So I do recommend TikTok. These videos are really, some of them are very educational, some of them is about God, and that's another reason why I like, because I love gospel music and I love preaching. I hear preachers, I love to hear preaching. So, you hear a lot of that on TikTok and see a lot of that on TikTok. So y'all should pick up TikTok and really look at it. And it's not just for kids, people. I'm tired of people saying that TikTok is just for kids. There are more old people on there than young that I've seen. Okay, so y'all need to pick it up and see what's going on. Getting back to the electrolytes thing, and I was talking about myself. So I was running so much, I was running twice a day. I was doing 6 miles a day. My body told me I had to run, so I was running. And granted, I was healthy and everything, but guess what? My body kept losing my electrolytes because it was hot. I was sweating. I was losing all my vitamins. Anytime you sweat, when you detox, not only do you lose the bad stuff, but you lose the good stuff too. So you have to put the good stuff back in, because it takes time for the stuff to absorb in our bodies. So if we constantly are working out on a regular basis, you're going to lose all the good that you put in there as well. Okay? So this is why sometimes we tell people to choose. Either you're going to eat healthy or either you're going to work out, because you have to have a balance with it. If you don't have a balance with it, you're going to see issues. Okay? And it takes a lot of work to put that balance in. Now, getting back to myself, I went, my belly had got so small because I burnt off all my fat, and I wasn't eating that much. And I forgot to drink because I was drinking, but I wasn't drinking electrolytes. By this point, I had already lost my electrolytes. And I wasn't eating. I say that again. And I wound up falling out. And this is what happens, people. Now, you can fall out. You can catch high fevers. You can have seizures. It's 1,000,001 things that can happen by not having electrolytes in your body. And this is why we need to watch our children, okay, and ourselves. And children can't talk to you. They don't know the feelings. They have to learn. I'm going to use my little grandson, for instance. I could tell when he was dehydrated, when he didn't have no electrolytes. And he hated drinking Pedialyte because I got him, being that he's like me, highly allergic to things. I was afraid to get him the flavor electrolytes, so I would get him the plain one, and he didn't like it, because it has it's not like water. You could taste the medicines in it, and it just don't taste all that great. That's why they make it with flavor. However, he really didn't like it, but he would drink it because he knew it was going to make him feel better. And I showed him, drink this, you're going to feel better, because right now you're sluggish and you're tired, so you need these electrolytes, and that's not who you are. So we need to get you better, and I would talk to him so that way he would know, you know what I mean? He couldn't really talk back to me because he's a baby and he didn't know, but he knew, when I give you this, you need it, okay? And it got to the point where I'll come to him and say, look, you're looking sluggish, and being that he has allergies, that's another thing. Allergies will dehydrate you, people, and that's something that y'all need to know. Because for one, you have a foreign substance in your body, and that's why your body is reacting, okay? Your body reacts to any foreign substance that comes into your body. Either you get sick, okay, or your body releases it. 2 things happen, okay? If your body don't release it, you're going to get sick, okay? So when that happens, your body is fighting. The water is trying to get through your body and try to get that stuff out. It's working together, okay? So you have to make sure you put those electrolytes back in your body because they're dying, Okay, the different vitamins are dying in your body and they're being released. Okay, when you urinate, when you pee, when you have diarrhea. This is why when you have diarrhea, when you go to the hospital, the first thing they say is, you having diarrhea? How long have you had diarrhea? Okay, well, you need an IV. We got to give you some fluid. Okay, even when I used to work during football season at Frito, some days I would not be drinking. I'd be working so much, building displays and doing all kind of things, and forget to get me a Gatorade. And during the winter time, which I know Super Bowl season is in February, so they don't really put, that's one thing I can say about Frito. They was good with putting out the Gatorades during the summertime, having them out there when we come back, and if we need them, we got them. But they wasn't good about doing it in the wintertime. And we work harder in the wintertime and forget to drink because we are working constantly, nonstop around the clock. So we needed the Gatorades all year round, actuality, However, I used to always get dehydrated during Super Bowl season, and I wound up in the hospital, getting me some juice. I call it some juice. I got to go get some juice. I got kind of used to it. It's like an athlete, and that's what they say. The athletes, they get wore out, tired. They haven't had any Gatorade or, the electrolytes. This is why they have these kegs of Gatorade on the fields just in case they start to feel sick, while they're working. Because sometimes you're doing so much. You have families, okay. And especially with the athletes, they're trying to be with their families. Then now we got to get to practice. We're doing practice. You forget to eat and drink the proper way. So they always used to put it on the field so they can always walk up and, hey, get a cup if they need it. Well, granted, it wasn't in the field for me, So I forgot to drink Gatorade. And here I am drinking Red Bulls to try to keep myself up so I can do my job. And people, whether you know it or not, caffeine will dehydrate you, okay? So those coffee drinkers and these energy drink drinkers, even though it's not that much caffeine, it still dehydrates the body. Soda drinkers, dehydrates the body. Juice drinkers, okay? It dehydrates the body. And I'm going to tell y'all why. We're going to start with juice first, okay? Most of the time, the juice that we get from the store is pasteurized. Okay, it's a foreign substance to our body. It's not normal. So the body is fighting to get rid of it fast. Okay? Now, if the body don't get rid of it fast, God knows what's going on in the body. However, the key is for your body to pee, to get rid of whatever it thinks is bad in the body, get rid of those negative toxins. However, let me use apple juice, for instance. Now, apple juice is very good for us. It's good for the heart. It's good for, they say, cancer and a few other things. However, it also detoxes the body as well. So now, if you want to drink the apple juice, okay, and you got the foreign substance, which is the pasteurization, okay, in your body, and you have the good, okay, the bad and the good, but the body is trying to fight between the two. So now, the body is releasing it. So it hurts you more than it helps you, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you drank it for it to help the body, but it couldn't stay in there long enough to do what it's supposed to do. So you wind up peeing it out. Okay? It needs to stay in the body for a while so it can do what it do. Okay? So now, it lost good and bad. This is why the body has to stay in a balance, people. Okay? It lost both. You just drank this apple juice or drink, orange juice or whatever you have drank to help your body, but you're peeing it out because the body sees it as a foreign substance. Okay, this is why I don't drink pasteurized juice. Okay, now with, say, mandarins. Mandarins are very good to help you with building your immune system. Okay, but it also makes you detox. As soon as I eat 2 or 3 mandarins, I have to go to the bathroom ASAP, even if I didn't have any water today. That's because it's immediately detoxing my body so it can start to build my immune system. It found some negative stuff in there, and it said it has to go. And I have to go pee out these toxins. Okay? So now I'm peed out all these toxins. Now I got to put the stuff back in. Okay? This is what watching your body. This is why we're saying watch your body. Whatever goes out, you got to put back in. And it has to stay in there so it can do its job. Okay? So eating healthy is a wonderful thing. But if it don't get to stay in your body to separate the proper way, the breakdown on how it's supposed to break down, it's not going to work. Okay? So this is why we need y'all to pay attention to your body. You know, you could have ate some, let me think, like me. I eat ice cream. Immediately, I have diarrhea. Okay? So now my body has lost fluid. And I know this because I just had diarrhea. Even though I know it was the ice cream, that's why I'm sick. I say to myself, okay, I'm sick because I ate the ice cream. I know I ate the ice cream and I'm feeling bad, but now I feel better because I got it all out. But guess what? All that fluid that came out with it needs to be replaced. Even though it was self-inflicted. Okay? When I say self-inflicted, meaning you've ate something that hurt you and you know it can hurt you. And we have the tendency to do that sometimes. You know? People do it all the time. They know it can hurt their bodies, but they eat it anyway. But you have to replace what you damaged. Okay? Now, even with a car, you notice you don't put oil in the car, you burn up the engine. Well, guess what? You don't put electrolytes in the body, you're going to burn up the body. Same scenario, people. So we must, every single day, watch our bodies. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Now, I'm using myself again, for instance. Now, my legs has been hurting me for a couple of days. I don't know if it's because I've been standing on them at work. I've been trying to dance. That could be the problem. But then it could also be I'm lacking electrolytes. Because I don't drink much water at work because I don't want to have to go and pee all the time. You know, so I tried to limit my intake during the weekend so I won't be running back and forth to the bathroom. So that way I can get my work done and we have a limited time of how long we can be away. So I try to limit that so I can do what I need to do. But meanwhile, I have to drink Gatorade and try to get some water in my body. But throughout the week, I make sure I drink as much water as possible and put the electrolytes back into my body throughout the week. And these are things that we have to do on a daily basis. Tea. You got a lot of people that love tea. Okay? Now, people are big on ginger tea right now because of this COVID. You know, I'm big on peppermint tea because it opens up the lungs and keeps the lungs open. You know, so it's different teas everybody's drinking. But guess what? Tea detoxes the body. It makes you urinate. So these are the things that you have to watch for. Okay? You push it out a lot, you got to put it back in. Now, some people retain water. I'm one of them. During my menstrual time, or if I've had eaten too much sodium, my body will retain water. And that's how high blood pressure gets started, you know. When your body has too much fluid in it. This is why the doctor give you a water pill to try to get, especially when it first starts. When you first get high blood pressure, they try the water pill first to see if that will help you release, because most of the time our bodies will release the water on its own. However, if it doesn't, this is why we need the assistance of the water pill. Okay. However, B6 and B12 complex does the same thing as a water pill. If your body is retaining water, B6, B12 will make that body release it. Okay, if you're retaining water. If you're not retaining water, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to harm you. We still need the B6 and B12. But when it's together, this is why when you go to the GNC, you will see it. You could ask them for a bottle of B6, B12 complex, because they also work together to help the body. Okay, which is a part of protein. Okay, so, it's so many things that we need to learn about our bodies and learn what our bodies need in order for it to function properly without breaking down, and we have to pay attention to these things. It's not normal to wake up and be in pain, okay? So as time go on, if you see that you're going through different things, check different issues. Because if you fix the issue in the beginning, you can keep it from getting worse. Okay, now I'm learning now that a lot of women today are getting lupus. I mean, I knew about it back in the day. I had a few clients that had it, but nowadays it's a common issue. Okay, and we need, as women, we need to pay attention to our bodies. We know we need the calcium. We know we need the vitamin D. We know we need to stay hydrated. Okay, so these are the things that we have to do to make sure that these diseases don't set in our bodies. Pay attention to your body. We run, but you have to love you. In order to help someone else, you have to love yourself enough to live to help them. Okay? I know us as parents, we run around, we got to help this child, we got to help that child, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to work, we're doing all this stuff, but we forget about ourselves. And I had made a pact with myself, years back. I told myself, I was doing all this running, working, trying to take care of all the family, and I was taking care of everybody, and I told myself, like, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to take care of all these people, And I felt like I was the chosen one, like, okay, well, you making the money, so you the one that got to take care of these people. But I was breaking down my body. So I said to myself, okay, now, what's going to happen if I don't survive? And I'm taking care of these people. They're going to be messed up. So I had to learn, God had to put me in a hospital, one time or two times to show me you got to take care of yourself. Money ain't always, and I had to tell somebody this weekend, money is not, we need it to pay our bills. But if you live longer, and I tell people this, health is wealth, okay? You can work 100 hours a week and make all the money. But if you're not taking care of your body, you're going to die. And that's just the facts, okay? But if you work 40 hours a week and you're taking care of your body, you're going to see triple time that money because you're going to live. Okay? So this is what y'all need to pay attention to, people. And this is why a lot of people is folding with this COVID, because we're not paying attention to our bodies. When your body tells you something, immediately, if you feel different, immediately address it. And most of the time you can start with your electrolytes. Okay? That is the key to majority of all the issues we go through before it gets worse. Because once the body gets dehydrated, all bad bacteria can attack. It has nothing to flush it out. So this is why we need to make sure we keep our body with the fluid that God needed us to have, okay? And if you notice, they say that the earth is 75% water and our bodies are 75% water. I've always wanted to do some more research on that, on why were we designed like the earth, and the reason why is because I think I told y'all I became a 5%er when I was younger. And that's what they call the women. They call it the women earth. And I have went deeper into science and trying to read out like, well, why do they call women earth? But it's man and woman. We all 75% water. And so is the earth. So for those that want to do research on that, y'all got some homework to do. Y'all got some research, and y'all can get back to me and let me know, because I really don't have the time to do all the research that I want to do all the time because I'm busy. But y'all can get back to me and let me know. Why is that so? Why did God design it that way? But this is the way it's designed, and we have to pay attention to it. The babies, y'all have to pay attention to these babies. I remember I was in the hospital and I gave birth to my first child, Shaquana, Presbyterian Hospital in Harlem, in Manhattan, Washington Heights, actually. When I gave birth to her, they wanted me to breastfeed her. So I said, okay. I was only 16, so I was like afraid. It was like foreign to me. I just gave birth, and then I was pregnant with twins, and I had lost one. So it was a process, people. After you have a baby, then you got to go to be scraped, and which they call a DNA, I believe it is. No, not DNA, DNC. You got to go get a DNC and all that stuff. So I was 16 years old going through all of this stuff. So long story short, the lady came to me and said, your baby's hungry, you need to breastfeed her. So I put her on my breast, but I was sore. My mind wasn't right. I'm trying to figure everything out because I'm young. But I put her up there and it was hurting so bad. Took off. I said, no, I can't do this. It hurts. So she said, well, we can't give her no milk. Only milk she can have is your breast. And the other thing that she can have is water. I said, okay, give it to her. So they gave her the water. She was fine. Now, when I had my daughter, my last daughter, they told me I was breastfeeding. And I said, well, I'm breastfeeding. I said, well, can I give her some water? I said, can y'all give me some water to get a baby? And the nurse said, no, you can't give the baby no water. What do you mean I can't get the baby no water? The baby can't have any water for 72 hours or something like that. What? Since when they start that? I said, ma'am, listen, I'm an old mom, okay? Because I had my first kid at 16 and my last child at 38. I said, now, when I gave birth to my first child, they gave her water. My daughter was very rarely sick, other than her allergies, and she did have, dry skin eczema, okay? I said, I never had a problem. So why is it my new baby can't have water? They always have these theories, okay? People, babies need water, okay? Don't listen to them doctors. Don't listen to them nurses. And I'm telling you this. You need to have the fluid in your body, okay? Now, this is the other thing I wanted to address. They have special water for kids in the market because it has certain minerals that the babies need. Please buy that water. It's only $1, People are mixing their babies' milks with spring water, purified water out the bottle. No, don't do that. Give them the water that is designed for them because it has certain minerals that they need, where we may not get that in the common spring water out of Walmart or Deer Park or whatever the case may be. Give them the minerals that they need. I will buy my little babies cases of them that water so they can have it, so they can get the minerals that they need. Even my two little ones, my two little grandkids, I will buy jugs of that for my babies so they can have what they need. Boiling water. It's nothing wrong with boiling water to make sure the water is good when you mix the milk, people. A lot of these parents are so lazy today. And I'm so tired of seeing it. So, I just wanted to talk about this real quick. Granted, when you boil the water, it takes all of the minerals and everything out of it because the water has touched a certain heat and it loses everything. So it's just liquids, okay? So even if the water did have some minerals in it, it's gone. If it had bad minerals bad stuff in it, it's gone. And then you're mixing it with the milk. It's nothing wrong with boiling water. Okay, you're just not going to get any minerals, but you can hydrate your body or mix it with whatever you need to mix it with and get the minerals from whatever substance that you mixed it with. Okay, so parents, stop being lazy. If you don't have the water, don't give your baby tap water. Don't give your baby regular bottled water. Boil the water. It's free to boil the water because the water comes, well, not free because some people pay for water, but it's cheap to put water in the pots and turn it on and let it cool. Okay? Just wanted to throw that out there. Because people are being lazy. They want to do whatever's convenient. And this is how our kids start getting all these different problems and we wonder why. I was young. I was a young mother and I had to learn too. And I learned from the older people. They taught me what to do. Nobody knows, wake up knowing stuff. You have to learn it. And this is why a lot of people do podcasts and a lot of people talk. And like I'm doing right now, on my podcast to give y'all insight on what needs to be done with these babies, and even with yourself, to keep yourself healthy. Some days I be feeling like I'm about to fall apart, and I go to the doctor, they take a blood test, and they say, or they take a test and say, "Oh, you healthy," and I'm like, "How? I don't feel healthy." You know what I mean? Because I'm feeling my age at this point. You know what I mean? However, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I'm like, but I'm in pain. My legs hurt a little bit, But I was dehydrated. I go drink me some Gatorade, and I'm ready to dance again. So. You have to pay attention to the body, people. And you have to give your body treatment. Okay? Just like you give a car treatment. You got to give a car oil change every so often. You got to give it new tires every so often. You got to do these things for your body. I'm big on soaking the body. And that's why I have to design the Diamond Way, which will be coming in 2021. Because soaking the body inside out, we always worrying about, outside in, we always worrying about the inside out. But there's ways to also detox and help the body outside in. Okay? And I'm going to teach y'all about that, about different minerals that will penetrate through the body, okay, to help us. Okay? Salt is one of them, and we have a lot of oils and herbs that does it as well. When you put it on the skin, it can penetrate through and work with the muscles. Okay, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. When your body is dehydrated, your muscles will lock up. You will get cramps. Okay, like yesterday I had a cramp in my legs so bad. That's how I know I'm getting dehydrated. And my next goal when I get off of here with you guys is to go and get me a Gatorade. And get me some electrolytes. Now, everybody don't like Gatorade. You got Propel. I have some packets, Propel packets that I use when I don't have my Gatorade. They try to remind me when I go out to the stores, putting them everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I see Gatorade, got to get me some Gatorade. But sometimes I have the Propel packets, and they don't even know it. I have the Propel packets, So I put that in my purse, and I have those just in case. That's when I'm feeling really bad and I'm out and about and I know I need some electrolytes. I'll be able to put that in my water and drink it. And it's crazy because you really don't need that much. A lot of people was deterred from Gatorade and Propels and all of those because they say it messes up the kidneys because it has a lot of sugar and stuff that's not really a lot of sugar. But they do have now some of the Gatorades that's zero sugar. But they were saying that it messes up your kidneys. But you really don't need a lot of it. And I'm going to just be honest with you. Gatorade should invest in making a smaller bottle of the smaller than the smallest one that they have, because they have a small one. But they should get one that's even smaller, because you really don't need that much, okay, for your body to snap right back. And I noticed that with me. You know what I mean? Maybe because I don't be that dehydrated. But I noticed that with me. I can drink of the smallest bottle, not even, I would say, maybe 2 sips or 3 sips. And in a matter of minutes, I'm starting to feel better. So I really don't need that much of it. You know? So Gatorade should think about coming out with something like a Gatorade shots. You know, where it's just mainly electrolytes. You toss it up and, you know, you get what you need real quick. You know, instead of drinking all of that stuff. You know, PepsiCo, remember me. I'm telling y'all this now. Don't forget about me, y'all. If I see shots on the on the shelves. But yeah, I think that they should invest in doing something like that, because it would be more beneficial to the customer. Reason being is because we only need a little bit. I only drink Gatorade to benefit my body. I don't drink it because I'm thirsty, because I need something to drink. I drink it to benefit my body. When my body's not feeling right, I toss it up. And when I'm finished tossing it up, I don't even drink anymore. So I waste more money with Gatorade than I do than I keep. Okay? Because I really don't drink it all. I always have half full bottles of Gatorade. So, like I said, to benefit the customer, they should come out with something like electrolyte shots. You know, and we can get a lot of electrolytes in our food as well, people, like coconut. Coconut is big with electrolytes. Salmon also holds electrolytes. I'm trying to think what else. I can't remember everything offhand, but those are the 2 major things that I eat that also holds electrolytes. So if you're feeling like you kind of dehydrated, if you got some salmon around, you got some coconut around, some coconut milk, some coconut. I got to tell you about the Aoi coconut yogurt. That thing is good. I was scared to eat it at first. I'm a lover of coconut, but I was scared to eat it at first. I'm like, coconut with the yogurt? I don't know. But when I ate it, it was pretty tasty. But coconut is another one, y'all, that gives you electrolytes. You know, you got your Almond Joys, got coconut. A lot of people like those. What else has coconut? A lot of people don't like coconut. You know, this is a Caribbean thing. They say, you know, they don't like the coconut. But coconut is very, very good for you, okay? Good for the skin, good for the inner and the outer. So, with that being said, y'all need to start investing in that coconut, you know. What else I wanted to say about these electrolytes? Oh, salmon. I know salmon is very expensive, y'all, and every time you turn around, they're putting the prices up. You know, and then they keep raising it. Even with the can, I hate to use the canned salmon. I love fresh salmon. However, you know, sometimes I don't have the chance to get it. So I will buy the canned salmon. Now you got to remember, cans, anything that's in a can has sodium in it, because sodium helps preserve stuff. So you got to be aware of that, you know, and make sure that you know, flushing the body to get any extra sodium outside of the body. However, it's still good for you, and it carries electrolytes, so, you know, it can work for the body. Salmon is a very, very big omega-3 fatty fish, so it's like one of the number one on the market. One of the number one. Mackerel is also a very good one. However, you need to have it. It's very heart healthy, you know, so you want to keep your heart strong. You know, you eat salmon, you eat mackerel, you know. And mackerel is also good for the skin. You know, the oils that we intake in our bodies, it comes out through our skin and you know, they talk about the melon. You only have the melon if you eat the right foods, people. Okay? So we know those that got good melon is eating the right foods, you know, or trying anyway. This podcast is about to end. I love y'all. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow morning.